Welcome to Us versus Movies. I'm your host for this episode, Dustin, joined, of course, by the magnificent Kevin.
Ho, 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 homeboys and homegirls.
He had that queued up. Yes, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, happy Kwanzaa, and Festivus for the rest of us, I guess. And it is going to go ahead and say it, our Christmas episode. Finishing up, we're getting jacked one more time.
Getting jacked for the way home.
I mean, we're not getting jacked. Like, we're not pumping the jack. We're getting
only
jacked on.
If you're in a Jack in the Box drive-through listening to this talk about Jack Frost 1979 fucking jokes not funny anymore, then you are a true patron and a fan, and we love you.
Yes, I do. I hope everyone's visiting Jack in the Box and trying that new chicken sandwich that they have. Everyone's going to have a new chicken sandwich, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have two, actually, coming up.
Oh, two? Damn.
Two, yeah.
One grilled and one
fucking
not?
made big news, Kevin.
What?
I think
Dude,
so.
Jack in the Box fell out of my cycle, and now where I'm working, I gun to my head, I can't find a Jack in the Box. I'm just like, what? Where'd they all go? I know they're out there.
They're all by my work, apparently, because people won't stop going to them.
Dude, nothing gets the fans rowdy than a chicken sandwich, man.
I mean, there's the basic one, with their sauce and the pickles that everyone loves. And then there's one that's just like fully loaded with cheese, guacamole, bacon, tomatoes, and lettuce. I mean, that looks about it. And a a mystery sauce.
Jack sauce.
Yeah.
I don't know why they won't say that.
Jack sauce?
Why won't they call it that?
I mean, I can think of a couple reasons in the marketing that they might just be like, don't call it Jack. Don't say it. He's like, it has Jack sauce. They're like, no.
Turn the box.
It's all over. It's all over.
It's Jack in your hot box. I said it. I'm fired.
I'm fired. You own the company. I'm fired. But no, we're not talking about Jack in the Box chicken sandwiches.
So we really should have ended all this just talking about Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
Real upset if you tuned into that.
Yeah, you're just like, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to hear about a 48-minute TV Jack Frost fucking movie. Oh, telling the one true story of Jack Frost. I assume. I don't know. We've covered all the others. This is it. This is the last one.
Isn't he like in a Frozen movie or something? Or isn't he like in a teen movie?
No, he's in some Guardians bullshit, some George Lucas, like, trying to do something different, and he's in that. I mean, I'm sure he's, like, in other stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, this is it. You couldn't pay me to watch another Jack Frost movie, because this is kind of the OG. This is 79. I couldn't find anything before this.
Yeah.
So this is kind of to blame for everything that came after her.
You know what? I don't think so. I think they're to blame because they let this dead in the ground and someone dug it up.
Yeah, fucking Jules Bass and Arthur Rankin Jr. were just like, not our best work, guys. Not our best work. Who the fuck wrote these songs?
We did the dog with the red nose, so fuck it.
They were like someone who's can't keep a tune, can't keep a beat. Hum a few bars, you motherfuckers. There's a song where the chorus is February. Fucking try singing February.
That's tough.
And be Buddy Hackett. Okay?
Might as well throw Orange in there.
Seriously, they should have been February 1st or 2nd, or I don't even remember now. February 2nd, Orange, Knock Knock, Who's There? Aren't you glad I didn't say Orange again? That's the whole song. It's not even like claymation. I think it's more like puppets.
They look like puppets. In all honesty, it actually looks really, really good. Like when they move and the way they're lit, I'm like, man, it's just eerily well done. Like, like, this is good. They look great.
It's quality. It's held up. I mean, they took care of this fucking thing. They remastered the shit out of it at some point, and I mean, it's not grotesque to look at for sure. I mean, their demonic eyes are a little bit much because I was
they're soulless eyes.
Yeah.
They're kind of creepy-ish at times. Nothing, maybe more in the vein of your Puppet Masters, which are great, great schlock, great fun. But yeah, they look so good at times, and then I just kind of look at them, and sometimes they'll punch in on Jack's face, and I'm like, oh, I can see like the weatheredness in his, I'm like, man, you look aged. Ooh, they shouldn't have pushed in on this one. Ah, you're creepier than ever. And they're like, did you see the fucking gypsy fairy, Pinky?
Yeah, what the... all right, let's just start with... So we start with like news, just like the worst newspaper news like shtick ever.
Well, it's like a news anchor hanging out in front of a log, right?
Well, no, not even that. The magazines first.
Oh, that's like right. The people of the year.
Time people.
Man of the century.
Yeah, just like fucking what's it? Pardon me, Pete, the Groundhog. Great fucking name. Horrible gimmick.
Kind of funny.
It was at first. Then it turns out I was like, shut the fuck up, Pete. Finish your job. All right? You got one fucking job right now. Finish it. And then we're with a news reporter who I assume was a real news reporter that they got. And he's like, hey, the fucking Pardon Me Pete's coming out. He's going to tell us if we got more winter,
I mean, I'm betting it's all on the pony, so this motherfucker better tell me something I want to hear. I got to take 6 more weeks indoors with my fucking family. We're live?
We're live? Okay.
Cameraman just gives it the thumbs up.
Can't wait to meet this Groundhog.
Dude, I don't know if you noticed, Dustin, when they cut to the crew and the small crowd that's gathered around, there's a dude, he's got a great butt broom, some wireframe glasses, one dude's smoking, and I'm just like, bro, we are in the 70s.
Mm-hmm. Not only are we in the 70s, everyone was the best dressed motherfucking puppets ever in this entire thing.
Little dapper motherfuckers, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, because like when Jack turns into Jack Snip, he's dressed like a peasant, like a peasant who owes someone money like instantly. And I was like, damn, Father Winter, what the fuck?
Yeah, like even peasants like wipe their feet on him. He was so scummy.
Yeah, they were like, listen, I know I got some patchwork apron shit going on, but what the fuck are you wearing? Yeah, so the news reporter's like, let's go live to the Groundhog. I hear him rummaging around. And then we go into this deep, dark tree stump cave thing. And the Groundhog's like, just me and my shadow. And fucking Buddy Hackett can't sing to save his life. He can't voice act. They can't even match up a voice or like a mouth movement to this guy because he's just like, I don't actually open my mouth when I talk. I'm Buddy Hackett.
Dude, he's a groundhog, and who gives a shit?
Well, me, because they spent an incredible amount of time on this groundhog. And I was like, I thought this was about Jack Frost. Why am I watching this shitty-ass groundhog that they also intentionally made look like Buddy Hackett?
We had to pay him a lot.
Yeah, I don't know why they would pay him a cent, but
God, if
anything, he owes them money. It's a bad performance, okay, Kevin? It's bad.
Hey, man, I'm not a Buddy Hackett aficionado. I just thought he was doing a groundhog, and I was like, whatever.
You're like, well. So, yeah, he sings a shitty song about a shadow. He goes outside. He sees a shadow.
Well, he gets all worked up. He puts he gets his Sunday best on just so he can walk out and go, nah, I'm good.
No, I'm good. This shit sucks. Enjoy your winter.
Yeah, his shadow's like, hey, boss, we got to work him over. He's like, yeah, dude, we got to deal with the Jack Frost. I'm going to explain later in my narration how, I like to sleep and he likes to get the icy poon. That's all the story's about, kids. Jack wants to get the poon on. Spoiler, he don't.
He don't. And then he makes us all pay for it with 6 extra weeks of winter. Yeah. He's like, remember that time I could have had some pussy? Yeah, well, enjoy your fucking winter. Enjoy your tiny shriveled dicks, okay, man?
That's all it's about, because Jax thinks all he wants is some sweet, sweet, sweet love hole. And all the guys that are getting sweet love hole that ain't Jack, he's going to make it so cold so men across the globe, when they touch their wiener, when they got to piss, it's ice cold. It's just a real bummer.
Yeah, he's having a jolly good time, but he's bumming out everyone else.
Malicious.
Yeah, so our news reporter's like, I just have one question. With all these clouds out, how the fuck did he see a shadow? Not knowing how light works at all, apparently, in the 70s. But, yeah, whatever. And then they start singing Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire because of the one line of Jack Frost. And then after they get to the Jack Frost line, they're just like... The one line, just like in Santa Claus 3, see previous episode.
The dude was made off that one line.
He was. I think he might have been. Someone was just like, "Oh, that's clever. Let's just make a shitty TV movie about it, and it'll be in the third sequel of Santa Claus one day." They're like, "Damn, you're like a fortune teller, a shitty one, but a fortune teller." And then we're back down into the Groundhog hole with dear old Buddy Hackett.
Already back at his PJs.
He's just like, yeah, that shit out there, that's all for fucking show. That's just for show for you fucking losers. And he starts busting out some Jack Frost knowledge. And we're whisked away to a town called January Junction. Worst fucking town ever. And we meet two farmers. They're farming pumpkins.
Listen, these farmers are... I think they're farming dirt and rocks. They're so poor.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely dumb as dirt and rocks. That's for damn sure.
They're like... I think just pumpkins or maybe some sort of melon. I just don't know.
There were definitely pumpkins and other, there's green pumpkins, orange. I don't know who's buying these pumpkins.
Well, help me out. I'm not versed in agriculture, so I don't know. Mm-hmm. Can pumpkins survive the cold? Because wouldn't you want to farm an item that can survive those temperatures? Because Jack Frost stays fucking you so hard, you've literally created a worthless currency around it because you can't stop getting fucked.
Yeah, no, we're skipping my favorite part of this whole thing. Was like, I wish we had a horse. All we have is a dog and a duck. And they're trying to get this dog and duck to like work together and pull this cart of pumpkins.
I found that very humorous because I like, man, you guys are poor. Yeah, because I don't know why. Were they eating the duck eggs? Like, what was that duck? What purpose was he serving?
I don't know. Like, I didn't even think they had a daughter at that point. But then lo and behold, they were just like, oh, by the way, we have a daughter. And I was like, oh, God, she wants to get married and get out of there quick.
Dude, I wanted her to. Listen, if I'm that poor, Dustin, and I got Jack Frost just straight fucking me every time I open up my eyes, I got to whore my daughter out. We got to get her married real quick because Daddy needs to. Jesus. Oh, she's in on it too, okay?
I want to marry for love, and I want to marry the most beautiful, strongest man ever.
We're poor. You said that in front of your dirt pie sandwich, and that's not
beautiful, strongest man ever. I mean, yeah, it's just, God, they're like, it's like comedically bad how poor they are. But he pulls out what is it? What was the fucking bullshit currency called?
Dude, like it's icicles.
No.
No. He finds like a, oh man, it's
he
like
has it in his dirty farmer boot.
It's like a hay penny, nickel, quarter. Like it's like the poorest form of currency. Like.
Man, what is this fucking thing called? It's like it's based off of the guy's stupid name. What is it? Stupid fucking name. Oh, of course I can't fucking find it.
Was it a Cossack coin or something?
It's like a clobber nickel or some shit like that. So, I don't know. Or kerflunkel? I don't know. It's something stupid like that. But yeah, and she's just like, why even bother holding on to one? You need 100 to make a penny. I was just like, Jesus Christ, this is the most worthless currency. Dude, wait for it, I was wrong.
He's better. He's better off taking a kerplumple, sharpening it, and then turning it into a knife and just robbing everyone in town for anything.
They don't have anything either, Kevin.
Dude,
none of them do.
It just burned the town and get the insurance.
Yeah. The economy of this town. The economy of this town fucking pissed me off so bad. I was just like, what?
I was just like, what? Man.
So this town,
I'm going to go there with $1 and just rule everything. Or I'm going to ruin the economy even more.
Kubla Krauss will show up and stomp your dick and take your dollar.
That's true.
Yeah, so that's what happens is Kubla Krauss shows up on his iron fucking horse and just picks the guy up, takes his fucking money, and he's just like...
he smelt money that wasn't his in a poor town. He had to take it.
The best part is he's like, a fucking kerfuffle saved is a kerfuffle earned. And I was like, what the fuck? That's not how savings work when you steal it from someone, sir.
Yeah, he robbed him.
He robbed him blind, and then he just left him. He was just, and Mama was right. Mama was just like, it's not worth it, Papa. And he was just like, no, I want to buy you shitty presents. And they all talk like that. It's not even me mocking them. That's how bad the fucking accents are. Just, they fade in and out. You don't know if you're getting Eastern European or Russian. I don't even know. It's just,
everyone's Colossus.
Yeah, everyone was just doing their best Colossus that day. They're like, listen, have you read Giant Size X-Men #1? Okay,
everybody's like,
this big Russian guy do his voice. They're like, what? So, actually, that would have been out 4 years before this, I think. So.
You mean Omega Red? They're like, no, fuck. Can you guys not read?
Fuck Omega Red, okay? But can you do Omega Red? Can you please do Omega Red?
That'd be a pretty sick team-up book.
Yeah. So then Jack Frost comes and destroys their harvest after Kubla Krauss steps on most of the pumpkins anyways. So you're just like, what were you doing with these pumpkins? And they're just like, yay, money. We come back to the Groundhog. He explains their shitty-ass economy. Kubla Krauss has taken all the money. And now Jack Frost makes icicles, and they carve the icicles into Jack Frost coins.
They get a hacksaw, Dustin, and they take like a 8-foot glass spear and they chop it off a well that probably don't got no water because they're so poor. And
so very poor.
They cut them into these coins, and they just start handing each other like there's money. And I was like, do you guys know how like...
They were like, inflation, yay!
I'm going to blow your guys' mind. There's a thing called the World Bank, right? They're like, what?
They're like, we do the Jack Frost currency. We don't believe in the gold standard.
You guys are some right poor pricks.
Yeah, I was just like... And so then all of a sudden, they all have money, and they can buy and sell goods again. And you're like, what?
When
Why
they
don't you just do like a barter system?
Yeah, you're so dumb.
You basically have a barter system. Like, what is a bunch of Jack Frost fucking melty quarters doing for you all year?
Have Pumpkin Man come in. He'll cut you some pumpkin slices and maybe some seeds, and he gets a blanket.
Weren't they eating pumpkin, Kevin? They were eating watermelon later on. I was like, what?
Just because the daughter went to the watermelon man, gave him a tug, got a free melon. You know what I mean? Like
he's like, this is the last time. I'm really saving myself for a golden night. He's like, yeah, you want some watermelon or what, lady?
Hey, this tug ain't free. I need 2 melons to go, please.
She steps out. Her dad's next in line. He's like, well, this is awkward. He's like, oh, well, this is awkward.
So this is what we got. The special is I call the Bobby Drake. I spit in my hand. It gets real cold. It gets real icy. And then I slather it on your cock.
He's like, I'm listening. How many watermelons is that going to cost me?
How many you got?
I got about 5 left.
Yeah, the mouse got into 4 of them.
I'll take the mice one.
I put my wiener in them. I'm sorry.
Put my wiener in them.
And I blended on the mice.
They're already full of fucking Jack Frost nickels.
The mouse is like, what the fuck, dude? You blame me for all your like wiener fruit poke and shit. I'm out of here. This town's too poor to even deal with.
I mean, the mice are fucking robots anyway, so. But, because they got out long ago. Apparently, Kubla Krauss is fucking unbearable to be with, even though he sounds like a Mortal Kombat character.
Well, yeah, he has all his, like, mech. He has all his, mech friends and animals.
His iron giants.
Ooh.
His knights, as they say. And I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you just trying to make a whole generation illiterate? Is that what you're trying, 70s? Huh? But yeah, so then we see Jack Frost and we do this.
He's in a spectral form as he flies around and blows on people. And he's like, cold enough for you?
Yeah, he's just like, you like that in your ear? Huh? They're like, ew, it's sticky. He's like, yeah, it is. Jack Frost now.
He's like, and somebody's like, dude, like, my fingers are black. He's like, sorry, man. somebody heats up their fucking coffee. He blows out. He's like, ruined your day. He flies away.
Like, God, fucking, this is really hard to make right now.
This is just like dirt.
A poor countryside. This is January Junction. You think we even have coffee? No, these are beans I've just pulled from the ground and some dirt. I don't even know what coffee tastes like.
My beans are made rat shit. Okay, rat shit I've ground up to a fine.
They don't
shit
have rats, Kevin. They're metal.
The rats left. That's the shit stayed.
The shit stayed. So yeah, we have another horrible song. Like, it's not. I don't even remember 2 words of it.
I think it was about capitalism or something.
I mean, definitely. They're like, we had trickle down economics. That's what we're practicing right now in this fucking town. Except for we got a dam up there. So that's kind of the problem. And yeah, so after this song, then we learned that Jack is in love with Eliza. Elisa. I don't fucking know. I think it's Eliza. And he blows on her nose.
She just starts stabbing the air, like, get away from me!
Get away from me! Ah! She says post-traumatic stress disorder all of a sudden. She's just
I have a gun!
She's fucking Jack Frost haunting me every day. This bastard. And then we learned, I think, don't we just come back to the Groundhog at some point? Where he's just like, Jack Frost wanted to be a real boy.
Yeah, we constantly, like, Jack Frost doesn't have time to tell us, because this is the one time Jack Frost made a deal with Father Winter he's like, hey man, can I just be like a human for a little bit? And then just to kind of set the stage. And then Father Winter's
well, no, we gotta meet all the other assholes up there though, Kevin.
Well, we'll get to those assholes in a second. I just think we need the overall premise because it goes all over the place. The Groundhogs kind of do this narration / scene stealing shit. And then Jack's really not even responsible for his own story. He almost just floats through his own narrative. So Father Winter's like, yeah, Jack, you're kind of a dillhole, but I guess this one time I'll let you human for this amount of time. And you just have to do these 3 things. You have to find a bride, have a home, or you basically just don't be a shitbird. And Jack's
it's 4 things. He has to have a home. Mm-hmm. He has to have a horse. Uh-huh. He has to have a wife. He has to have a bag of gold.
Oh, yeah. So it's just
very, very easy to do.
In the poorest town.
In January. Yeah. I mean, hey, frozen quarters. Everyone loves them. Yeah. And so we go up to, I don't know, Winter Kingdom or something, where Father Winter is just like a torso and they're all living on top of him.
Yeah, it's real Greek mythology, like real Zeus status shit.
Yeah. We meet Snip, who cuts every snowflake ever. And it's just like, bullshit, Snip. Bullshit. We meet, what the fuck's that creepy one's name? Can't remember now.
The little one is just Gypsy Fairy or something. Maybe Holly?
Oh, yeah, I think what the fuck is her name? I don't remember her name, and I'm not seeing her.
She doesn't really say anything. She says like 2 things.
Oh, no, it's Holly. You're right, it is Holly. Yeah. Yeah, she's just like, fucking Jack Frost needs us. And Snip's just like, shut up. Shut up. Carry the snowflakes. Holly, do your job.
She's creepy as hell.
Yeah, we meet the Sleet sisters that just wring out laundry. And Hail guy who makes hail for the summer time. And that's it. That's the whole kingdom. Oh, and the gypsies, which I probably felt was derogatory. And I was like, that's probably not cool, guys. And so Jack Frost goes to Snip, and he's like, Snip, I wanna have a real penis. I want a woman to touch that real penis. Mm-hmm. And Snip's like, don't let Father Winter hear that. And Father Winter's like, motherfucker, I fucking already heard it. Jack Frost, get your fucking ass over here. And and then that's when the deal happens, and Father Winter just blows a lot of air at Jack Frost along. He's like, yeah, you like that, Jack? And he's just like, I don't, Father Winter. I've talked to HR numerous times. And then so Jack's just kicked out of the Winter Kingdom. They don't even let him land before he becomes real. And he makes some jokes about having bones, a heartbeat, and almost breaking everything.
Well, no, he's like, I have words now. I think I just spoke one. I have bones now. I think I just broke one.
Yeah,
it's kind of humorous, but I'm like, dude, couldn't you always speak? Like, what?
Like you were talking, just no one else could hear you, dumbass. Oh, I think there was one point where Liza was nearly killed, and Jack saved her, and that's why he's in love with her, even though, you know. And he doesn't just come out and say it. So she's there. He comes out and he's just like, my name's Jack. Oops. And she's like, oops, that's a weird last name. He's like, nah, it's Snip. It's Snip. I'm going to just steal Snip's name because he gave me scissors that say Snip. Real conceited prick, that Snip. So, and she's like, oh, you want to come back and live in my home? Because why not? You're a strange man that just fell from the fucking sky. And you're dressed like a homeless person.
No, dude, he had like his flair. Didn't he have his cape on and shit?
Yeah, his cape. It sucked. It still sucked.
He didn't look homeless. He looked like he was supposed to be kind of dapper.
In his dream fantasy, where he's being fed soup by Eliza, he looks like a bum. So, so we're back to January Junction. They meet the dad. The dad's just a real character. That guy. And
Papa.
It's dinner. Yeah, Papa. It's dinner time. And she's, he's cutting off cartoon slices of watermelon from the watermelon guy.
Nah, dude, that's like a cantaloupe or something.
I don't know what it was, but I don't know why they were eating it for dinner and expecting to have any sort of nourishment from it.
They're poor, dude. When you're poor, you don't go looking for nourishment. You just go to put something in your belly to stop the pain.
They got Jack Frost nickels, okay?
That shit was just for the intro. That don't work.
It definitely doesn't, because they're just back to being real poor. And Jack's just like, wow, watermelon, yay. And then fucking Father Winter's just like, oh shit, I've made a mistake. I gotta send some backup. Okay, Snip and Holly, go on down, become human too. Why? I do not know. I watched this whole movie. I have no idea why they were forced to become human as well. They do absolutely nothing but show up and eat more.
Well, it's weird, right? Because you're like, it's only 48 minutes. It could have been like maybe Jack was becoming too distracted with being a human. And he was like, hey, you're gonna, remember Father Winter said, do these things. And you're kind of straying the path. And he's like, oh, thanks, guys, for coming down. Put me on the narrow. No, they just show up and go, hey, these are my friends. And they're just like, yeah, man, we're poor. We might as well feed everyone.
We're poor. Mama, peel the pea, put it in, make a stew. So. Yeah. And they're just like, I guess we're all living in the attic. Okay. Meanwhile, Jack's they're very sneaking generous. Down to fucking blow on Eliza's fucking nose in the middle of the night. And he's like, she's like, oh my God. Oh God, what are you doing? He's just like, do you remember this? She's like, get the fuck out of my room, you creeper.
Old habits die hard.
Yeah. And then he just leaves her some Jack Frost nickels in her cup. He's like,
they melt. She's like, what is this?
Yeah. She's like, ew.
No, they don't melt because when you're poor, everything's cold.
Exactly. And then at this point we go and, and Jack's like, okay, well, I'm going to get like a house and, I think actually before, I jumped ahead. So before that, he's like, I just got to get a house, a horse, and a wife, and a bag of money. And they're like, good fucking luck, chump. Kubla Krauss he owns Bartertown, so he's got everything. And then we cut to him, and he sings a song. It's fucking horrible. It's called That's the Rub. That's the rub. That's the rub. Everything's the rub.
He's just singing about different like controlling dictators throughout time and how they had their people that he inspired fear, and then he just sings to his little robot baby.
His little robot, who's called Dommy. Get it, everyone? He can't say you. He can't say dummy. And
yeah.
It's really bad. And you're just like, he eats, I don't know, shoestrings or something for dinner.
He eats that one string spaghetti. So when you guys make spaghetti at home and you break it into there and drop it into the boiling water, he has one strand and he puts it in there and he keeps it all connected. He rolled it up into one thing.
He just lets it get as plump as he can possibly get it. Like a disgusting level of water is being retained in this noodle that he's eating in one fell swoop. Yeah, so after we hear about the rub, Jack, who's been human for all of, I don't know, maybe like 3 hours at this point, is just like, we need to overthrow the dictatorship. This is fucking bullshit.
It's like, he's got Mecca, right? Like, we can't stop him.
He has Mecca. He is unstoppable. The Kubla Krauss.
So. Yeah. And it just cuts to Kubla Krauss, and he's just doing a Evangeline intro. I'm like, what? This still sucks. They both suck.
And then that's when Snip shows up. He's like, okay, we're here to help you overthrow the dictatorship. And then the next day, he opens a tailor shop, and then the knight in the golden armor shows up, and he's just like, hey, can you
guys
fix my perfect cape? Yeah, he's like, can you fix my perfect cape? It's perfect. And he's just like, I guess. Meanwhile, Eliza is just like, she's wet and cold at this point. And she's just like, this guy, yeah, with the fucking golden locks, the blue eye, and the fucking gold armor. He's my dream man.
Yeah, you think it's going to be Jack? Jack's a geek.
He is. He's a super geek. And if he had just said, hey, I'm Jack Frost in human form, she'd probably been like, yeah, all right, let's do this.
No, she'd been like, thanks for ruining the pumpkins. I mean, cantaloupe the rest of my life. I fucking hate you.
She's like, did you remember when you showed up to town and made that bullshit currency and just like tailspinned our economy and made us susceptible to be taken over by Kubla Krauss? Do you remember that, Jack? Do you remember that? And he's like, nah, not really. Just a fun-loving guy looking for 6 more weeks of winter. And then at this point, Kubla Krauss has also fallen in love with Eliza. It's a real, not a love triangle, maybe a love.
No, dude. Eliza, she friend zones Jack so hard.
Oh, super hard. She invents it right here in this movie. Like, yeah. Fucking people were like, oh, so that's what that is. Oh. Yeah, God, that fucking hurts so bad. Why'd they put this in a kid's movie? What the fuck?
Yeah, man. Jack is just the biggest geek, and he's the last to know. And she's just like, dude, I'm fucking with this knight, bro. Like, he's got the cheddar. I don't know why he's in this fucking truck stop town. He heard you would.
Who was he a knight for? What kingdom?
Dude, he was in the night of Sir Get Pussy. He showed up. He's like, I heard there's some sweet, cute pole pussy up in here. And they were like, God, he's vulgar, but he's so dreamy.
So very dreamy. So Kubla Krauss, he steals Eliza away, and Jack and the shit farmers and the Golden Knight must all team up, along with Snip and Holly, to raid the castle and save her. But Jack can't...
Wasn't his name like Sir Ridaville Rightfellow?
Yeah, it's a great fucking name. I mean, he's not given nearly enough.
Dude, I'm marrying that guy to get that last name.
Mrs. Rightfellow, right here. Oh, not the voice I was expecting to hear, but okay, right this way. Yeah. Oh, this is after, I should mention, he's fallen in love after Jack went to the castle and just like banged on ice. That was how he tried to overthrow the dictatorship.
So he doesn't have his ice powers, right?
No, he does not.
So he sucks.
Yes, he does. He sucks.
He's literally Bobby Drake.
I wouldn't even say he's like Bobby Drake. Like he's fallen on ice. He's like, I'm clumsy. And she's like, that's not endearing. And he's like, what's a friend zone? She's like, oh, you'll find out, motherfucker. It's
so weird. Just like the way he's portrayed. It's just kind of like, he's not like this hero. He's not a smooth operator. He's a klutz. He's a dork. It's like he's trying to be charming, but he's just coming off more like she's already locked in on fucking Meat Mountain, and she's like, I love him. I'm gonna crawl up him and I'm mounting him. I got a dick date, girl. I'm about to tell everybody. And the bunnies are like, whoa.
The bunnies are like, damn, get some, girl.
Yeah, they're so poor. Why don't you take like an icicle to that bunny's head and eat them? Like, figure it out.
They're cute and adorable, man.
Yeah, but you're hungry.
Can't eat the cuddly bunnies. I mean, even if they produce plenty more. But, so they storm the castle. They manage to save her, but Jack and company get captured because they
are geeks.
Are geeks, like mega geeks. Like human Jack Frost / Jack Nip really nips some ass, okay? He's just a real douchebag.
What kind of movie is this?
Yeah, I don't know. And then the knight gets injured, and somehow, we don't know, one of the K-Knights, they fucking stab him or some shit. And she's like, I'm going to nurse you back to health with my womanly ways. That's code for vagina. And he's just like, I am going to need at least 6 months of care. And meanwhile, Jack is like, okay, we got to stop this guy. He's going to go down there and he's going to capture Liza again. He's going to destroy the fucking town. And I love January Junction. They've treated me well over the years. What with their kids that I Jack Frost on, and their people that I Jack Frost on. And really, I just Jack Frost this whole fucking town all the time. And so he's like, Father Time? Or Father Time. Father, that's another fucking movie.
Oh, and I was like, Winter. Fuck you.
He's like, make me not a real boy. And then Father Winter's apparently really cool with this shit. So he's like, yeah, Jack, go for it. And so Jack just starts fucking blowing Kubla Krauss. Just blowing him left, right, and center. Fucking for weeks on end. He creates a massive blizzard that locks in Kubla Krauss and his mecha army. They're just waiting to destroy the town.
Steampunk horse.
Yeah, the steampunk horse. He's just like, man, this sucks. I just want to be a steampunk horse. I don't want to be here. And then Father, for some reason, our stupid fucking Groundhog narrator is just like,
you still there, audience?
He's like, and Snip and Holly, they just returned because we didn't need them to be human no more. And you're like, thanks.
Because reasons.
What? I don't give a fuck about them. And Jack just continues blowing Kubla Krauss for several months. And then Father Winter's like, hey, Jack, I need you to lay off. I need to let spring come. And then he introduces the Groundhog, played by Buddy Hackett. And this part confused me for a minute because I was like, wait, which one is this? Is this present or past? I'm so fucking lost. It's the past one. And he sings about February 2nd. It's quite possibly the worst song I've ever heard in my life. It's really bad. I don't know who wrote it. They should be embarrassed.
It's like listening to someone who knows the words of a song, or at least thinks they do, and then they don't. Yeah. And then they just start saying things kind of with the music, but
exactly 100%.
But they don't hear the music because there's no way they could because of the words they're saying.
They can't carry a tune, and you're not sure they've ever heard music, but they got their heart and soul into it. But that's not helping because they need talent and rhythm.
But if they had a TikTok, they'd be famous.
Yeah, please don't TikTok this video. So then Jack Frost shows up. He does some demonic horror fucking shit, scares the Groundhog back. And so they're like, okay, 6 more weeks of winter. Somehow Jack does not think to, I don't know, freeze all the robots to death or anything. He just keeps freezing the outside of the castle. Just keeps blowing it. And finally, Father Winter's like, winter's over at noon today.
Because I'm sick of this shit.
He's like, fucking Mother Nature won't get off the phone with me. We gotta move on. No more. And so he's like, cool, well, I get to be human until spring, right? So I got till noon to finish my fucking mission. Because I have never once checked in on Eliza and Sir Revenal Wrightfellow.
Yeah, they're already married with kids, and she's pregnant for their 15th. And he's just like, oh, shit, that's how that works.
She's like, this is the longest fucking winter, Jack. I hate you. He's just like, so we can be friends? Or how does this work? And so he's once again dropped from the fucking sky. Just falls down. Kubla Krauss's castle rots and knocks him out. And so Jack pretends to be the puppet and sends the robots over the cliff that he once stood at the bottom of, yelling, down with dictatorship. And then Kubla Krauss is like, well, fuck it. I'll do it on my own. I'll fuck you up, Jack Frost. He somehow knows his name all of a sudden, even though it had never been formally introduced. I don't know why he would know he was Jack Frost.
Look
that
at
part
him.
really bothered me.
He read the script.
He was dressed the same. He wasn't dressed in his little white uniform thing.
No, just look at him. That's the only asshole that could be Jack Frost.
He's like, I'm getting a real asshole Jack Frost vibe from you, buddy. I think I'm going to call you Jack. I don't think you're Jack Snip at all. And then they fight? Question mark? Doesn't he trick him to like fall down the cliff too and just he's never seen from again? I think he even does. I think he just makes him fall out a window and die or some shit. And you're just like, wow, Jack, you've murdered a man. And then he's just like, well, I guess this counts as a house. And I was like, Jesus, Jack, he's been dead for like, he's probably out there bleeding to death. You're already taking his shit.
Hey, that's survival of the fittest at January Junction.
Yeah, seriously. And then he's like, well, I guess this counts as a horse. He's like, you see where I'm going with this gimmick, this bit? He's like, well, this is a big bag of money. Takes the money, takes the horse, rides into town, goes to Papa, and is like, Papa, give me your daughter's hand in marriage. Papa's like, Jack Snip, what the fuck? Where have you been, first of all? Second of all, my daughter's getting married at noon, right at noon today when springtime is launching.
Welcome to the friend zone.
Yeah. He's like, I've only heard her ever say she loved two people. One was Sir Revenal Rightfellow, the golden knight with the golden locks and the fucking giant boner. Two, Jack Frost, who we assume is some sort of winter magician. But I ain't ever heard her say she gave two shits about you, Jack Snip. So why don't you snip on out?
Sick burn.
Yeah, he's real aggressive.
Lights him up.
Yeah, he's just like, fuck you. He's like, look in there. You see her happy face? You want me to shit on my daughter's happiness because of a bag of money?
If that was my daughter, I'd be like, listen, this Jack Frost dude's a geek. I'm probably going to put an icicle through his temple when he sleeps. So you got to go ahead and go with the sure thing over here.
Yeah. He's just like, I don't know what I'd do with a bag of money because currency ain't real here. Okay. But we will look forward to you showing up next winter so we could actually have fake fun cash. Okay.
Oh, Papa, he would just he'd fuck it up and buy a Lamborghini and wreck it. He'd be like, that was all my money.
And then have like a lot of medical bills. He's just like, oh, I fucked up my arm real good. But just like, Papa, the pumpkins.
Papa, you didn't like invest or buy food or maybe a home that just would keep us warm or food.
I was young.
You buy a Lambo?
With my dick. They're like, you're real old though. He's just like, your penis always tells you you're young.
Then I had a light post and they took my car. It didn't work no more.
I killed my friend. Caved in his head like Hulk Hogan's son.
Everybody's like, so
like, what the fuck?
Were you picking up food at the time? Because we're sure hungry.
So then Jack Frost, noon hits. He doesn't have a wife. And he ghosts out again. And Papa's just like, Jack Snip, where the fuck you at? Where'd you go, you motherfucker? You bail out of my daughter's happiest day, you son of a piece of shit. I fucking hate you, Jack Snip.
Just because a 45-minute hate promo.
Yeah, he does. He's just like, Papa never thinks to mention this to anyone. He just sounds like a crazy person talking to himself. And then Eliza's walking out, and then Jack Frost comes over and just jerks it on her fucking flowers real quick. And Reginald, our right fellow's just like, what the fuck was that? And she's like, just an old friend saying goodbye. I was like,
in the friend zone.
Yeah. Like I don't think she actually really loved him that way, like ever. So I think Papa was, hitting the watermelon a little too hard, if you know what I mean. And then we just cut back to Buddy fucking Hackett as Pardon Me Pete, and he does about 5 Pardon Me jokes. Pardon me? You're like, listen, no one's talking to you. Just fucking finish your story, you asshole. And he just basically has this deal with Jack where every year he just allows himself to be scared so that Jack can have 6 more weeks of fun. And I was like, I don't think that's how this works.
Like, why would Jack want to do this anymore? He was just humiliated. Like,
Yeah.
the only thing he ever loved in his entire ghost boy life was just kind of spit in his face. Didn't care if he lived or died. Married another man right in front of him. It's like he's an ultimate loser.
Yes, he's a total, just a real geek.
It should be called Jack Frost is a fucking geek. He ain't never gonna touch a girl, let alone kiss one. And then why did that town hunt the animals in the forest to eat? They're so stupid.
They loved them. They were beautiful animals.
Eating frozen melons.
I mean, maybe they'd had enough rabbit. They're like, I eat one more damn rabbit. And I'm gonna go Jack Frost on this fucking town.
Yeah, you're right, honey. Can you pass the ice cubes? I sure am hungry. We're stuck. We're poor.
They're just crunching ice cubes. You're like, do you have to do that? Do you want to be murdered in your sleep by an icicle? And then I'm going to carve it up and then be like, where do you get the red Jack Frost nickels? Oh, don't ask questions. Just take it. And they're like, okay. And then this whole thing, Kevin, this whole ridiculous thing called Jack Frost is really just a horribly disguised story about Groundhog's Day. And I thought that was just the most offensive part of this thing.
I think it was more of a two birds and one stone. They probably went in there. One guy pitched a Jack Frost story, and then 5 minutes later, the guy's like, "Hey man, are you sitting down? I got a thing called Groundhog Day. We're gonna put Bill Murray in it, right? It's gonna be real funny." He's like, "Hold on, that sounds awful. Let's put Jack Frost and this together. We'll do this instead. Get Buddy Hackett on the phone. I am Buddy Hackett. Get Mueller on the phone. He's gonna write this." He's like, "What? He's got like 45 minutes to do it. He'll do it."
He'll do it in 5, okay? Yeah, it's it goes to show nothing good has ever come from Jack Frost. Just nothing ever.
Yeah, this is a big pass. You guys have probably already seen this. It's the guys that brought the Rudolph, the dog with the red nose. You've probably seen that one around.
The dog with the red nose? No, let's see a director's cut I'm unaware of.
Pretty sure it's not as famous as that one. And these all kind of fall down in the it's kind of like you're in Walmart, one of those weird ones that's 24 hours, that you're in there like 3 a.m. and you're staring at this DVD bargain bin and they're all like wrapped together with shrink wrap and you're like, yeah, okay, I'll take a chance. It's only 99 cents. I get 17 movies all on one DVD.
I don't remember the Fourth National Treasure having a guy who kind of looked like Nicolas Cage. That's weird.
You're like, Santa Claus is coming to town. Okay. Rudolph's Frosty Adventure? What? Rudolph's Shiny New Year? What's that? The Little Drummer Boy? Jack Frost? A Year Without Santa? This looks like complete shit. But you're already in the parking lot. You bought it.
You already bought it. You're already regretting it. You're just like, why'd I waste $1 on this? Damn it, Walmart. You got me again. Keeping the industry alive.
I think like little kids will just be kind of maybe infatuated with the puppets because either are scared, either one. But
I mean, their eyes are very soulless. I don't know. My kid didn't even show any interest. I was like, we're gonna watch this. He was like, I'm gonna leave. I was like, okay. I guess I will watch this alone and regret it.
And I think if anything, this kind of just rings for nostalgia purposes. Like you probably saw it when you were little. You kind of can remember it, but you kind of don't. They all kind of blend together.
Yeah, don't watch it. Just let it be back there in the back of your head. Where you're like, yeah, I kind of think I watched that maybe one day.
I'm pretty sure you could find it on the internet if you're morbidly curious on the Daily Motion YouTubes of the world or whatever.
Or if you're a Prime member, which most of you probably are Prime members, it's free on Prime right now.
Oh, there you go. There's that too.
No one else wanted it. They were just like, can we get that Jack Frost? Can we get all the Jack Frosts on Prime? Can we? All right, we got them all. You can watch them all there. Yeah, it's a hard pass for me, Kevin. It's very hard.
I think it kind of goes without saying.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I was thankful that the runtime was short and sweet.
Merciful.
You know? That's why we saved this one for last. We figured we might not have any more patience left for Jack Frost. And we pretty much don't. We don't have a fucking shiny Jack Frost quarter worth of patience.
And we really didn't want to cut into your guys' holiday. We thank you for hanging out with us and just taking a break from whatever festivities you are taking a break from. We pass on this, Us versus Movies. We at it again. We will see you down the road. Check in on social media if you want to follow us. You go to the Facebook, you go to the Instagram, the Twitter. It's all there. We'll post periodically. If you liked it, tell a friend. If you didn't like it, tell a friend. So I'm Kevin.
I'm Dustin.
And we thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next time.